And I was like, okay, you know about this? Okay, so you are going to let me burn in hell? Like, this is what happens to people? Is this true, Mom? Like, you... And I was just so like, we make our own way in this world. You know what I mean? But hating on others like that is not the way to shine light on anything, especially on people's food habits. And even, see, when I was learning about health, I was dying. My number one priority was to save myself, because who was going to raise those kids without me? Nobody was me. Nobody could do a thing for them but me. And that was my number one priority. And I didn't expect people around me to change. I didn't expect my ex-husband not to want chicken fried steak, okay, and mashed potatoes and gravy. Canadian bacon with red-eye gravy and grits and biscuits. That's what he ate, and that's what I fixed him. It didn't occur to me. He wasn't interested. He wasn't really on board with supporting me. He wasn't. It was enough on my plate to save myself, let alone everybody around me. That's not your job. Or I don't think it is. It's nice, though, if you can, if your family is open to that, or like you are trying to. I was talking to Nicole, one of my team members, about this. Okay, say they are open to that, and you, plus you are the fixer of all food, so make it easy for yourself. If you are going to make spaghetti, it's Monday night and it's sketty night. So you made them garlic toast, and you made them whatever. They will only eat white pasta. That's what, okay, so give them that. And then you're going to have zucchini noodles. But why? So make the raw sauce. And maybe you put it on theirs while theirs is hot, and okay, maybe they want meatballs on theirs, Maybe it's cloudy with a chance of meatballs, so you have that on there. Give them their balls of meat, but don't eat that. Put your raw sauce on yours. Or maybe you're making a delicious dressing, and they're having baked potatoes with their, I don't know what they're having, but you drizzled that on theirs, okay? You don't have to, you can accommodate your needs. Accommodating your needs, because guess what? You actually matter. You matter. And guess what? If they don't like that, here's a thing they could do. They could take their little finger and lift it with a little bit of effort of helping out, because you are not their personal servant. And if you are, you're just creating a very twisted version of reality, because when these kids get out into the world, people aren't going to accommodate them, and they're going to be butthurt. Is that what you want? Have some self-love, right? What do y'all think about that? Sorry, that was a side trip. Anyway, eating out. So staying in your boxes. Like, for example, if you're going out to lunch, and say you went out to a Mother's Day brunch the other day, and you were going to do the thing where you were going to order the salad, and you were going to bring your avocado, or order that, and you were going to bring your dressing, and you want that kind of satiated, fatty mouthfeel like my dressings have, even though they're low fat, right? So you could have switched that box up. You could have had your dinner components for your lunch, you see? And then later on in the day, you're not having to do that thing where you think, okay, well, I suck today, let me begin again tomorrow, and I've already had, whatever at the Mother's Day brunch. I might as well have these 3 family-sized candy bars sitting in the car like I'm a binge eater, okay? And then I'm going to take those candy bar wrappers and throw them away at the Walgreens trash can so there's no evidence. Okay, that's a twisted reality going on. But instead, you stayed in your box because you've got a plan. Because you've got a plan, you got protection, because you're parenting yourself. Because nobody else gives a dang what you're doing. They care what they're doing. So you've switched that up. and you've got that component, and then at night you're back home, you're feeling good, you're doing other things. Maybe you have your smoothie for dinner, or maybe you have some of the smoothie blended and you have the other as a diced greens and fruit salad, right? Because that was one of your boxes. You just moved them around, right? So anyway, do y'all see me? Somebody was calling. So what else I want to tell you about that? Let me see if I can get it. Okay. Parenting yourself, staying in your boxes. You know, we are so much stronger than we think. You don't have to think. I've even been on a cruise and eaten low-fat raw vegan, and I tell you what I felt like. Can y'all tell me if you can see me or if that blocked me out? I'll tell you what I found, that I felt like $1 million while everybody else felt like waterlogged, like stuffed salted sausages sitting out by the pool because they were pickling themselves with alcohol and all of this salty toxic food. That's disturbing, right? But I felt like getting up early. I felt like swimming with my kids, going down the water slide, taking the morning yoga, walking around the edge of the ship, all of those things. We went on that cruise. Carly was about in maybe the 3rd grade. It was our last trip. Okay, you can see me. Thank you, Tracy. Anyway, so what else did I want to tell you about that? The chia in the water is a big deal. That's like an emergency trick, okay? You can put a half tablespoon of chia seeds in a water, like even 8, but preferably 16-ounce water. Tip that back. Breathe and realize this is what's going to get you through whatever moment you're in. Feel free, you know, like you're Thelma and Louise riding down the road, like with the top down and your hair blowing, and like you, that's how I feel. Anyway, what else I want to tell you about that? Having too many choices creates chaos, okay, and it does not create results. When I turned on my phone this morning, I was looking to see over on the notifications to see what y'all had been saying overnight, you know, and I saw somebody else posted, and I normally don't post anywhere else because people love to. I don't know if you want to say hate on me, but if I show my face somewhere now, but a lot of people in this movement know who I am, and they love. I mean, I don't need that in my life, you know. So I like to stay, you know, serene. That's how I like to breathe. But anyway, somebody had put like, oh, show the last vegan meal you made or whatever. I'm all about showing my food, and I popped it in there, you know. And this morning it notified me, you know, because when you do that, then all of a sudden, this is another reason I don't like to do that, is because then my notifications are clogged up with other things besides just my group. This is my existence on Facebook right here. So occasionally I put some stuff on my TannyRaw or my Tanny Murphy, but not usually. So anyway, when I clicked on that before I realized that's the feed it was, and I was scrolling through, I was thinking it was our group just for a minute, and I was like, what the heck? It was like all these like gravy looking mashed potatoes and all this stuff that looked like fried vegan food. I was like, what in the world? Anyway, it wasn't us, but I was thinking, friends, that's not going to get you results. It's really not. Anyway, but after I calmed down, I was thinking about how too many choices create chaos in anything. This is why I love to live a clutter-free life. I love to give things away. I love to stay streamlined. I only want the things I need, everything I need, and nothing I don't. It's all I want in my life. Because then, also in my heart, I don't want any black spots in there of hate, resentment, I don't know, negative vibes towards people, anything like that. I want a free, clean slate. So then I can add in the beautiful things, or have room for content creating my life. That's what it's about. Too many choices create chaos. Now, you can eat anything you want. And that's how I like to feel, because then I feel totally like everything is in abundance for me. The universe is working in my favor. And nothing comes into my life that I'm not strong enough to handle. Right? When you take a proactive approach to your life, unlike reactive, your world can change. Start cleaning out. Clutter clean out. Start saying to people very simplistically, here are the standards in my life. This is who I am. I love that the standards in your life and who you are is the creation, the content creating that you're doing in your life. But unfortunately at this time, that doesn't line up with my life. And I would just like to give you all my love from a distance. See what I'm saying? Releasing things out of your life that don't work for you is my favorite thing. Whether it be things, actions, food, or people. I find it quite powerful. If you don't know that you know that you know what you know, the world's going to tell you what to think. And I'm about tired of that. Say to yourself, nobody puts baby in the corner. Nobody content creates your life but you, or the others you are allowing to create it. You don't have to be single to do that. I certainly wasn't. You don't have to be young to create a new life. You just have to be young at heart and in your mind, soul, and spirit, because you're cleansed and you're regenerating. You stay in your boxes, cutting out the noise, because too many choices create chaos. But when you know, my breakfast is fruit and greens. I'm going to have a little bit of chia seeds because I really want to uptake the nutrients in those greens, and I really want good hair, skin, and nails, right? I want those amino acids to build protein in my body. I want clear thinking. But I'm going to have fruit and greens. I'm going to have this amount of calories because that's what I need. I'm breaking my calories through the day so I can fuel my body and life. Am I shimmying down a little bit, creating a slight deficit because I want to lose weight? Or am I working out a little more at the gym and I'm going to add in a little bit because I'm where I want to be? And you create your life. Are you a car that when you get in there, it almost has, I don't want to say new car smell because that scent is toxic that they put in things, but it's very clean air in there. It is seats of nothingness, okay? There is no trash in there. There's no toxic residual trash of Bojangle cup. There's nothing. There's no scent. Christopher tried to get in my car. We were going to go somewhere, and he had been around somebody that does that vape waving, and he got in. I was like, okay, you're not going to be able to ride in my car because I smell that on your clothes, and I don't want that in my realm. I don't really care if people don't like it. Or are you a minivan that pulls up at the school and you sling the door open and it's all nasty in there and it's caked, and trash actually falls out into the car line road there. Your kids, their homework is crammed down in there. You know why? Because you feel like crap. You don't feel like staying on top of your game,